Welcome to this week's edition of Mountain Outhouse. I'm your host, Jam Jam. This is the craziest shit to happen in running this week. This week's stories include the quad, lottery season, and the North Face Endurance Challenge San Fran race preview. The infamous quad Dipsea race took place this weekend in the Marin Headlands under some adverse weather conditions. Blowing rain, muddy trails, and fog ruled the day. It's just getting blasted here now. It's a little blistery. Oh God. And as such, winning times were a far cry from course records. We have some extensive coverage of the event this week. This 28-mile race features 4 trips along the famous Dipsea Trail connecting Mill Valley to Stinson Beach and over 9,000 feet of climb. Course record holder Alex Varner said it best at the start of this year's race on how to best approach the course on this day.
What are your tips? Today, don't go down. Try to stay on your feet on the stairs. Probably the hardest part.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Have some fun. All right, see ya.
I was sure to heed his advice. It was his Nike Trail teammate David Roche who led the day. We go to our correspondent Jam Jam in the field for an update on his final leg of the quad. Jam Jam?
Race leader, quad Dipsea. He's on his quad of the Dipsea, and he's tearing it up. Not going to be a course record today. Too damn muddy and slippery for that. Back to you.
David went on to win in 4 hours, 11 minutes, keeping the title safe with Team Nike for another year. Also racing was our correspondent SkizzleFresh, who now comes to us with a mid-race weather report.
SkizzleFresh here at the top of Cardiac Hill at the Quad Dipsea out in Mill Valley, Marin Headlands. And as you can see, California is in a drought. It is currently about 45 degrees.
It's gonna rain!
A little nipply. And as you can see,
It's raining sideways!
scenic, picturesque views out here in the Marin Headland.
Fun fact about the quad,
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
the record for the most trips across the Dipsea Trail is 16 by Don Lendell in 2013. That's a quad, equal to over 112 miles and 36,000 feet of climb. December is just around the corner, and that means the holidays are here. Christmas lights, mall Santas, Yule logs, and of course, everyone's favorite, race lotteries. 2 of the most important will take place this Saturday, December 3rd, with both the Hardrock 100 and Western States 100 drawing their lucky names. Both of these events feature a weighted lottery system and even some automatic spots which are reserved for various purposes. This year, Western States has received 4,258 applicants vying for 369 starting spots. This, folks, is a record number by almost 800. There's some additional bad news for those of you in the lottery. Many of these spots have already been given out and are not available to lottery entrants. Let's break it down. The top 10 men from 2016, the top 10 women from 2016. This keeps the field generally competitive year to year. Up to 24 slots for golden ticket races provides a way for new and upcoming talent to race their way in. 6 slots for Ultra Trail World Tour, which provides a way for internationally competitive athletes to gain entry. Each aid station may designate 1 entry to a deserving runner and volunteer. That's a great perk for all those hardworking volunteers out there. Sponsor agreements. They have an undesignated number, but this is one way to buy your way into the race if you have the means. It's also a nice incentive for sponsors to get involved. This year's sponsored runners will be listed at some point and mainly goes to more competitive athletes to help build up the competitive nature of the field. Members of the Board of Trustees. 15 members who technically could run the race each year, but not all do. We'll see how many of them enter in 2016 after they post the lottery results. These are some of the hardworking crew behind the scenes, and many who have been involved in the race for many decades. Pioneers Gordy Ainsley and cowman Amuha, who still both must qualify in order to start the race. 9-time finishers going for 10 or 18 and 19-time finishers going for 20 also get entry. Winners of the raffle drawing, which raises money for the Western States Endurance Run Foundation, which includes medical research, trail preservation, and community service, a notable cause. New this year, the Silver Legend entrant, which is a special consideration in honor of 13-time race director Greg Soderlin, good for a 60-plus-year-old who submits an essay. This year, a new wait list will be maintained to guarantee the correct starting field number, and I assume make up for the fact that not all top 10 spots and golden ticket winners will accept entry for the race. To wrap up our pre-lottery coverage, we have a special interview with Western States Endurance Run race director Craig Thornley.
Well, it's going to be pretty intense with 250 applicants.
It's amazing.
I think the ticket count is 11,000.
Wow.
So I know it's going to be exciting for 250 people.
Sure.
But,
But really hard for a
There's going
lot.
to be a lot of disappointed people, and I hate that part of it.
Yeah.
I
That's
really
always
wish we could do something about that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, good luck, everyone.
Again, best of luck to all of you. I really hope all of you 5- and 6-year applicants get picked. The Hardrock 100 just released their lottery counts this weekend, showing 1,982 entrants, also a record number this year. Hardrock does things different than Western. Instead of a large number of predetermined spots being given out, there are just 2, going to previous men's and women's winners. Well, this year there will be 3 thanks to the hand-holding and possible romance of the year by 2016 men's champs Killian and Jason. A total of 145 runners will start the 2017 race, a decrease of 7 from 2016 due to the numbers adversely affecting both the quality and management of the event. Hardrock is biased towards those who have run the race before and almost guarantee entry to those runners who have 5 finishes or more. It's kind of like the old boys club. If you want to take a look at who's in what lottery and their ticket counts, Hardrock just published a 64-page PDF document detailing everything. It's a great read, just thrilling. 43 runners are vying for the 33 slots in the veterans route. In the past, there's been enough attrition to let all in. But due to the value of these spots lately, not everyone got in 2016, including most notably, multiple-time winner Darcy PQ. 1,739 never starters are vying for just 45 slots, which was also reduced by a few from the 2016 race. 205 entrants are in the Else lottery, comprised of runners with 1 to 4 finishes, and those veterans without a finish in recent history. Those runners are vying for 67 slots, and with some runners, like myself, with 6 tickets compared to some of those with just 1 or 2, have upwards of a 50% chance of getting drawn year to year. And this is where I have to issue an apology to all of you never starters. This brings us to a new segment on the show entitled, I'm sorry I'm privileged. I'm sorry the race is so popular, and most of you may never run this race in your lifetime. It's just the reality. Many of you have just as much passion, if not more so than me, for the Hardrock 100. You've gone to Camp Hardrock, you've done trail work, you've done course marking days, etc. You've shown you are part of the Hardrock family. But because you started applying in, say, 2013 or 2015, the race is too damn popular to get in. I was lucky. I started my Hardrock journey back in 2007 and got in ahead of the curve. I did my trail work days too and spent days following Charlie Thorne around, carrying course markers and learning the lay of the land. Yeah, I paid my dues and now I'm in the club. It doesn't make it any easier for you. Yes, I'm talking to the likes of you, Katie DeSplinter, who painstakingly missed running this year when the movement of the wait list stalled and died just before your very eyes on race week. You deserve to run this race more than I do. The value you get from running this race for the first time is surely more than I will get for running it the 4th time. I'll just say it. But there's literally nothing I can do to help you. Every year I get a 50% shot or greater of running this race with my 3 previous finishes. And if I get selected again and finish my 4th, I will have an even greater chance of running every single year, to the point when I get my 5th finish and enter the esteemed veteran lottery, where again my chances jump. There is no easy solution. The land permitting agencies and Hardrock board have set their limits, and it is their land and their race. The race has become a victim of its own success. If I could give up my spot to you, Katie Grossman, I would. Or to you, Barkley finisher and 6-time applicant John Fegavaresi, or to you, Jay Donosky, who has been attempting to get in for 5 years with no luck. For those of you looking for an additional DNS multiple in the lottery, I'll suggest you take up the Hardrock Board of Directors by obtaining your service ticket. You'll get an additional DNS ticket by becoming an aid station captain or performing 2 days of trail work next summer. Best of luck, and we'll bring you a full recap of these 2 lottery results next week. Switching to tech news, popular YouTube vlogger and runner Neistat DNF'd his daily video blog this past week as he cited a lack of passion for the medium and a new opportunity on the horizon. That was today confirmed as his tech company Beam was acquired by CNN. We wish the best for Casey in his new media role under CNN, and on a side note, officially want to invite him to come over to the dark side and run an ultramarathon with us in 2017. Having completed over 20 road marathons, we feel this is a perfect time to take your running to a new level, Casey, by entering an ultramarathon. Here's a new holiday tradition for you. A post on the popular web forum, letsrun.com, entitled, "No Thanksgiving Plans, No Work Friday. Should I Attempt the Triple Century? 100 miles, 100 beers, 100 hours." As of today, there's no confirmation such an attempt was made by said poster, but there have been several runners in the past take on the 100 miles, 100 beers in a week's time span. Would you do it? The IAU World 100K took place this weekend in Spain on that crazy-ass course we showed you last week. It didn't slow runners down too much as the winners ran 6:18 for men and 7:34 for women. We have to give a shout out to Team USA Women who placed third. I think the men might have also placed third. And Megan Arbogast crushed it with a 7:58, which is a new age group world record. Zach Bitter, coming off a new course record at the Javelina last month, faded late and placed lower than he was hoping. Our badass of the week goes to D1 cross-country runner Eli Moskowitz, who was kicked in the face with a spike during the NCAA champs last weekend in Indiana. Eli took the kick to the face at kilometer 3 like a champ, and with blood spewing from his nose and mouth, finished the final 7 kilometers in a show of pure grit. This is why I love running. The North Face Endurance Challenge in San Francisco takes place this weekend, and damn, the field is stacked. Well, it's always stacked, but I'm sure we'll hear how this is the most stacked race of all time. We've got Zach Miller, Sage Canaday, Jim Walmsley, Miguel Haras, David Laney, Alex Nichols, and more on the men's side. Headlining the women's field is almost unstoppable Megan Kimmel, Magda Boulay, Ida Nilsson, Ruth Croft, Stephanie Howe-Violet, Cassie Scallon, and Casey Enman. We'll bring live coverage next weekend on this romp around the Marin Headlands, including, I'm sure, some massive carnage. If you see me in San Fran this weekend, say hi. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. If you have crazy stories to share, tweet us at Mountain Outpost. Have a week.
You're the course record holder just eating a donut right now?
Off season.
Yeah.
I'd much rather be doing that right now.
Top 10 men from 2015, top 10 women from 2015, actually 2016. The Hardrock 100 just relieved Here, I should just redo that. Boom, you better respond, Casey. Tweet me up, boy. Seriously, Casey, tweet me, boy.